In this video, I will be showing how to index the pages that we are browsing and generate a search based on the history of the pages uh, which we have basically searched. So this is basically a smart browsing with AI powered memory. So the problem statement is to build a cutting edge Chrome extension that transform the browser into context aware AI assisted platform using RAG and vector store. So this is a basically problem statement, and the code features are like if this should have efficient indexing which is done through the FIAS and vector store, which is a vector store, then generating auto embedding for the public pages that we are browsing. So we blacklist all the Gmail and WhatsApp, which we are not generating the index, and we are generating index with the help of like embeddings with the help of Gemini Flash model. And once the indexing is generated, then we will be using a semantic search based on the natural language queries, and the query will hit to the files indexes, and it will generate a relevant text as well as the URL, and that will be displayed into the browser. So there can be a multiple against a single search query. There can be a multiple list coming out of that. So this becomes very handy for searching the browser history. Like we don't have to go and find all the things in the detail. So we can just use with the help of use of the Chrome extension. We can easily find out. Now, apart from that, there are some like additional point that we have done, like which are like this search is based on the RAG based search, and secondly on top of like on the search site we are basically made use of the RAG, retrieval augmented generation, and then we also taken help of the Redis caching, Redis server uh, mm, for generating for handling the concurrent request. So when initially we designed, like I designed that uh, generating the indexing pages. So that time we faced when we are concurrently navigating from one tab to another tab. So uh, the call requests are getting dropped. So in order to avoid that thing and to handle the concurrent request, so the one we have introduced a queuing mechanism which is handled by the Redis. So we have a two Chrome extension. One Chrome extension is for generating HTML page to send the entire HTML content of the page to the Fast API server for generating the embedding. So this extension is like invisible. It is not seen. It cannot be seen by the user. It is installed in the browser in a hidden mode, and as we browse, so it is basically generating all the HTML content, or basically scrapping the entire HTML content and sending back to the server for generating the embedding. Second part is the search where we basically send the keyword, and then based on the keyword we generate a relevant page, and then that we are sending back to the user. So I will be showing that thing. So in this case, now first I will be showing you the indexing part. So indexing part. So this is a Fast API, that is server indexer. So which is running. So this one. So this one is the indexer which is made using the Fast API, and it is running. As you can see, we have already received one request, so which is handled by the queue, that the queue which is running. So the request comes to the Fast API, then it is handed over to the queue, and then queue calls the MCP server. So in the MCP server we have something called as a process HTML method, which basically clean the entire HTML from the from the web page and generates a relevant embedding. So there is a method called as a process HTML over there. So from here we go to this one, and then there is a so this is a process HTML tool which is exposed to the REST API server, and this is actually generating all the embeddings. And here we have sanitized the request, and then after that we are using the markdown to generate, removing all the HTML content. This mark it down, which is again a Microsoft extension, and then we are converting the entire page to the files request or files embedding. So this method generates the embedding over here, and as soon as we get the request, we are saving that HTML file in a separate folder. And once we save, and from the saved file, we are basically reading those save file and generating the embedding for that against that. So if I go back to this page, so here, so when we get the request, so in the HTML, in the document underscore HTML, so this the HTML content which we received from the invisible Chrome extension that we are saving in form of HTML.html file, and then we are generating a files index over there. So now I will show you one demo. So this is a Nomic embedding text. Now I will just refresh this page. Once I refresh this page, you can see we got a second request. We received a second request, and we can see the second request is getting processed. So this is the olama.com library Nomic embed. So this is the URL, and it has successfully generated the embedding, and it has taken a 500 seconds. So in order to, if you want to verify that thing, you can open this file metadata, and then you can verify that URL is present there. In the next part of the video, I will be showing how to search based on the embeddings.